the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And here are the goods. After 3 weeks this time.
I mean, did we even still do this show?
You know what? To be honest with you, Avengers Endgame, I've been out of commission since Avengers premiered, and it's been just ridiculously busy. Like, it's just been nonstop.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes the show still goes on without you. I mean, this one doesn't go on without you, but the rest of the show still goes.
But you know, like I said, we've got some top fives out there.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of other content. It doesn't always have to be the podcast.
He's not always here for this, but he's here for other things.
I'm here in spirit.
There you go.
So in the spirit of violence and beauty, let's talk about John Wick.
All right.
John Wick 3 Parabellum, 57 million, #1, knocking Avengers out of the top spot after 3 weeks.
I saw it.
Okay, what do you think?
Really good film, not better than 2. 2's still my favorite.
Okay.
2's still my favorite. Halle Berry probably had the best scene in the whole movie.
Halle Berry in John Wick or Halle Berry in Swordfish?
I mean, if I'm gonna choose. But in John Wick 3 Parabellum, she had the best scene in the whole movie.
I'm thinking John Wick 3 had some amazing fight scenes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of rival the antique shop scene versus the raid kitchen scene.
Raid kitchen scene's better.
And I can see that, but you have to admit that the brutality of the antique shop was amazing.
Right. No, it definitely was. No, it definitely was. Raid kitchen scene's better.
Well, the overall weekend for it was 57 million. That's actually the highest in the John Wick franchise.
Oh, okay.
Beating the 30+ million for John Wick 2. So that's freaking amazing. Because of the success with that, and everybody just, just like all goo-goo-eyed over it. Word of mouth is absolutely amazing. Part 4 will be coming out in 2021.
That's the only thing I didn't like about the film is that they set it up for part 4. I thought they were going to end it with this one, but nah, they were like, we're still going to get that money.
Well,
I mean, that was milking. That's what, if you were thinking something else, I just want you to know if you start a meme or something, that was milking.
Let's let that go. Anyway, so number 2 was a 3-time champ that had to drop to 2 eventually, and that's Avengers Endgame. 29 million. Now, this thing has already grossed $2.6 billion.
It's right knocking on the door.
It's knocking on Avatar's door, and more than likely, by the end of the theatrical run, worldwide-wise, it's going to beat Avatar.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If it gets to 3, nobody will ever touch that ever again.
Until...
So what? Not even Secret Wars, not Avengers vs. X-Men, nothing will ever knock that out.
Would you have said that before Avengers came out? Would you have said that about Avatar?
To be honest with you, I actually thought Infinity War was going to knock Avatar out. But hey, I could be wrong. Number 3 was Detective Pikachu with super fan Ryan Reynolds.
Saw this film too. Of course I saw this one. It was okay. It was a cute kids film. I expected a little bit more. Maybe I expected a rated R Pikachu film with Ryan.
Deadpool Pikachu?
Yes! I think that's what I expected. So I was like, oh, he's so tame. He's so tame. He did have some funny parts in it. It was an interesting film for people who are fans of Pokemon and you have kids and it was time to go see a kid's film. It's a good film to go take them to go see. If you're not a fan of Pokemon, there's a lot of Pokemon references in this film that you're probably not going to get. Nice little twist that they did at the end. Didn't expect it. It's not a major thing, but it was like, oh that's cool.
So 24 million in its sophomore run with 206 million so far since it opened worldwide. That's not bad.
You don't remember what it cost them, do you?
No, I do not. But I know that part 2 there will be a part 2. And
we're bringing Ryan back.
And even though we've argued fucking endlessly about this, I still just see Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. I don't see Pikachu when I watch it and listen to it.
No,
I just see.
By the way, that is now the default voice for Pikachu.
I can't, dude. I'm sorry.
Pika Pika, and then it's Ryan Reynolds' voice. Right. That's it.
Number 4 was A Dog's Journey. So this is
I don't want to cry.
A dog's purpose, a dog's
I don't want to cry.
lifting up the leg. I don't want
to cry.
But anyway, 8 million.
Who are these people that hate dogs?
I don't know, but you got Dennis Quaid in it and some other people. I have no idea who's in this one.
What else? Why is Dennis Quaid in this film? He should just be taking care of the dog he just got back 40 years later.
Exactly.
Right.
Number 5 is The Hustle with Rebel Wilson and Anne Hathaway, which is pretty much a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. They cannot replicate Michael Caine and Steve Martin, no matter how. I think maybe Anne Hathaway can do Michael Caine. There's no way in hell Rebel Wilson can copy or even try to be the comedic relief that Steve Martin was. No way in hell.
I didn't want to see it because it was a remake of that, and I was like, no, that movie lived in its era, and it shouldn't be remade. There's no way you possibly can do it to do it justice. I know you can redo it, but I was like, it just will never be the same.
Well, $6 million for that, 36 million worldwide after 2 weeks. It's gonna die pretty freaking quick, so I don't expect anything more.
All those Pitch Perfect fans want to go see it.
Now let's talk about what's next. Comic book freaking fans out there are eagerly anticipating this. Everybody is. I just can't wait for it, and neither can me. Neither can me. Yeah, neither can I. And that's Brightburn.
Oh,
that movie looks
seen it.
Amazing. Blu-ray right here.
It was a really good copy. I'm sorry.
But regardless, Brightburn, whether you watch it on the movie theaters or watch it on Blu-ray, you gotta watch it.
So why can't I have just gotten like a press screening or something like that, an advance showing?
You know what? That's a good.
Yes,
right?
That's
It's
exactly that's what I got. I got an advance showing
from the studio themselves.
Exactly. Not from China.
All right, looking forward to it anyway. I think that's gonna be. It looks freaking amazing. So looking forward to that. Booksmart, which is pretty much a female version of Superbad.
Really?
And, yeah, and you look at the trailers. Some scenes look really funny. Some scenes they look like they're trying too hard. But either way, I have a feeling that it's gonna be a cult classic eventually. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about it.
Oh, I mean, is Superbad like dated now?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, it's kind of like
when you're
where
dealing with high school life. I mean, a lot of
it's
it
like
is
saying
still relevant.
it's like so when they keep doing films like this, where like, oh, it's kind of like, or it's exactly like this film, but the other film doesn't lose its relevance. Why do that film? It's like Dazed and Confused hasn't lost its relevance, right? It's not. It's a period film anyway. It's like for the 70s and stuff like that. So
did it lose its? Do you think that Dazed and Confused lost anything, any relevancy or anything once Empire Records came out?
No.
Stone Age came out.
No, but would you say that they're the same as Dazed and Confused?
Not at all.
Okay.
But I do think.
But
that
we think that this one
I
is.
think Empire Records can stand on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with this one,
Except now it's dated because nobody buys records anymore.
Empire iPads, all right?
Empire MP3s.
So with this one, I think Booksmart will kind of give the ladies or give the world a new perspective as far as ladies can feel that the same exact way.
Okay.
And everything that that high school boys go through.
So there are horny little ladies out there in high
Pretty
school.
much, exactly. Horny little ladies that want to smoke pot and
There you
drink
go.
beer.
That's what this film should have been called, and it would have got me on board. Horny ladies in high school.
Anyway,
I just went to
it looks pretty badass, so I want to see it anyway. It looks pretty funny. Okay, now the elephant in the room.
All right.
It's been like, and that's Aladdin.
Oh God.
Aladdin remake live action, starring Will Smith, has gotten so much flack because of the marketing. It's gotten a lot of flack because of the CGI.
They keep throwing that bad CGI in front of me. They need to stop.
Yeah,
they need to stop.
You know, when you're looking at getting into the shoes of Robin Williams and that iconic performance that he did, whether it was voiceover or not, it's still big shoes to fill. And Will Smith, I think, in all honesty, doesn't have the energy that Robin Williams does, but he does have the comedic chops to do it. So the reviews are out. And it is actually better than a lot of people have expected. It's actually good, and that
Sorry, go on.
And that Will Smith's performance is actually the best thing about the movie. Now, the title character or the headlining actor that plays Aladdin, you know, I guess falls flat every now and again, but overall. But overall, Will Smith, every time Will Smith is in it, the movie is fantastic. So,
my thing with that is that because Will Smith still has drawing power, you still want to see Will Smith on screen. So when he's on, it's like seeing The Rock on screen. The Rock can be in a bad film, but if he's on screen, you're like, ooh, what's he gonna say? What's he gonna do? Yeah, it's The Rock. So the same thing is with Will Smith. So I think that's when they say, like, when he comes on screen, you're like, oh, I'm really interested because I'm really kind of curious about what Will Smith's gonna do as his genie character. With that being said, that was the most backhanded compliment that they could have gave when reviewing this film. And it's like, oh, it's better than what we thought. Because everybody thought it was a pile of hot garbage when they saw that first trailer, or especially the first look of the genie. You're like, oh, this movie's gonna be so bad. And then they were like, oh, it wasn't that bad. That's what you said. That's basically what it comes out. It wasn't that bad.
It's like you got this plate of food, and it doesn't look very good. But then when you taste it, like, hey, you know, that's all right.
Yeah, it was edible.
It was edible. I ain't hungry no more.
I agree no more.
So that's pretty much it, I guess.
I wouldn't eat it again, but you know, hey, I didn't throw up.
In all honesty, based off the reaction that everybody's gotten, obviously I'm gonna have to watch it. My son wants to watch it, but
I want to watch it, but I feel like I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna feel dead inside.
Are you gonna cry?
I'm gonna cry because it's gonna hurt my feelings when they don't do it right. I haven't even seen. We haven't seen. What is the wizard? What's his name? I forget everybody's name.
Wizard?
Yes.
What wizard? The sorcerer?
The sorcerer.
You talking about Jafar?
Jafar. We haven't seen Jafar.
Okay, Jafar, first of all, it looks like he should have played Aladdin. But whatever. I'm kind of upset that Gilbert Gottfried didn't come back as Iago.
No,
that was my biggest thing.
He's got too much controversy right now.
I know, but I would have still done it just to do it. You know, if you can forgive James Gunn, you can forgive Gilbert Gottfried.
It's Disney. Yeah, if they were like, hey, we're going to postpone this movie for like 6 months and then say, hey, we brought Gilbert Gottfried in. No, then you could do that, but not like, hey, we're working on this film. All the controversy Gilbert Gottfried got right now, we don't care.
Well, my question to you is, and given that The Lion King is coming out in July,
which scares me now after this Aladdin thing, but I hope Aladdin's really good. I hope it's edible.
Well, what I was gonna say was, do you think that it is? It's pretty much time that we stop with the live action.
I hope live action wise they stop with Lion King, but no, we're not because we're gonna get Maleficent too.
Right, but that was 2. That's already happened. So okay, I got that. But you got Little Mermaid out there.
They still got to do.
You got The Princess and the Frog. You got Hunchback of Notre Dame. You got all of these different Lady and the Tramp. You have all of these different animated movies that are out there.
Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah.
It was called Dog's Purpose. Dog's Journey.
So I think that as long as you have this drawing power, they're gonna keep coming. But maybe they need to take a break.
Yeah, I mean they took a break with Star Wars, so I mean why they should really like listen and just do that. I swear, unless this movie is way better than what they're giving it off in the early reviews, this is gonna be their first failure for live action.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think Pete's Dragon was that? Because Pete's Dragon
they made it Pete's Dragon?
Yes.
It wasn't like some other company that did a knockoff version of Pete.
It was Pete's Dragon.
It was Disney that did this.
Pete's Dragon, yeah.
Oh. Well, this is gonna be their second failure because I didn't even know the first movie had even come out. I thought it was, I mean, like when you say it, I was like, oh, it's like some other company did it, and they were like, oh, we didn't use the same thing, but we used the name characters and stuff like that because they were available through the domain thing. But go on. I'm gonna
leave a comment below on what you think the expectation or what your expectations are of Aladdin. Is it gonna be actually the one that knocks off John Wick? Is it gonna premiere lower than John Wick? Is it gonna be good, bad? What? I don't know.
It's gonna knock off John Wick because John Wick's gonna be out for a couple of weeks.
Well, with Memorial Day, I mean, I think you get a 4-day jump. I think that's gonna help it. To be honest with you, no school Monday, so yeah, I think that it's gonna do some money. We will see. I don't know. Well, speaking of Disney, you hit it right on the head. They're actually going to release Avatar and Star Wars one every other year, starting in 2021, I believe.
So no more solo films.
No more spin-offs.
No more solo spin-offs.
Yeah. Pretty much you got The Mandalorian that's going to be on the Plus. You have all of the spin-offs from the MCU that are going to WandaVision, Winter Soldier and Falcon, and all of that. Which, if he's Captain America, why is it not called Captain America and Winter Soldier? But whatever. Anyway,
I think they're going to pass back the shield back and forth.
So now every other
it's your turn to be Captain America.
No, your turn.
You got the juice.
You got Bishop. So one every other year, you got 1 year Avatar, you got 1 year Star Wars, 1 year Avatar, 1 year Star Wars. Do you think that is the right move to have these two franchises go one right after the other?
I don't think they should do a yearly Star Wars thing if they're not going to do the spin-off films anymore or the Star Wars story thing that they were doing before. If they're not going to do that anymore, then yeah, they definitely need to put something into space so that way we have a big Disney film that's going to come out. I don't believe it's going to be Avatar. I think the first time Avatar comes out and underperforms, that they're
during Christmas. You think it's going to underperform during December?
Who cares about Avatar now?
Avatar 2...
Avatar missed his boat.
Likely,
Avatar 2 is going to end up being Dumb and Dumber 2. It's going to be Zoolander 2.
No.
It missed his boat. It missed the boat, man.
How do you put?
It's gonna be. All right, fine. It's gonna be Tron Legacy. It's gonna be Tron Legacy.
That is fair.
It's gonna be Tron Legacy. It's gonna be a good film, but you know what? Nobody cares anymore, so nobody's gonna see the film.
When you're looking at the top 5 grossing movies of all time, you have 2 movies that are original, and James Cameron directed both of them.
Yes.
His name is James Cameron, the bravest pioneer. No budget too steep, no sea too deep. Who's that? It's him, James Cameron.
With Avatar 2, I think that he still has an audience. I think that he still has drawing power, and I think he's actually going to take it to another level when it comes to the special effects,
Are we getting
and all that.
Are we getting 4D?
So I don't know. You possibly you scratch it.
Are we getting? Yeah, we're getting smell-o-vision.
Yeah,
I mean, they're like, the seats are gonna be spraying up things, and you're gonna smell the blue Smurf, the giant Smurfs, and the foliage and all that stuff. No, nobody cares about Avatar.
When you're looking at Avatar 2 premiering in December.
Uh-huh.
You know, where a majority of that holiday money is gonna it's gonna take it all the way up from Christmas to freaking New Year's. Yeah, man, I think it's honestly gonna do something. Is it gonna take Endgame? That I don't think is gonna take Endgame.
I mean, it's not gonna.
It might take Force Awakens, but it's not gonna take.
It ain't even knocking John Wick off.
Well, okay, so that's the Avatar. No, I'm talking about as far as overall. Right
yeah, it ain't knocking John Wick off.
Okay, so so you got that.
I really don't think this movie's gonna do well.
Now you got Star Wars.
So if you see a weird cut that happened when he first asked about it, and so now it's because I went on a rant.
Either way, it's going to be interesting. Let us know what you think about the Disney releasing one Avatar one year and then Star Wars the next and so forth.
All right.
So that's, when you're dealing with the executives and all that, they throw that out there as far as how they're going to do the slate and all that. But you know what? Casting's a little bit different. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some controversial castings that have been out there right now, recently actually. And that is Robert Pattinson as Batman. Hold on, let me finish. Matt Reeves was actually Ben Affleck was scheduled to write and direct the Batman and star in the Batman. Obviously, that didn't happen. He already gave up the towel. Matt Reeves from Planet of the Apes is taking over, and it looks promising because Matt Reeves is a damn good director.
Right.
Casting was out there. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Armie Hammer? Is it going to be Jon Hamm? So bringing this out as Robert Pattinson. Now go Robert Pattinson, Batman, go.
I would have loved Jon Hamm. I don't know why they didn't do that, but I know that they wanted to go with somebody younger. And with Robert Pattinson, they can keep this Batman for years on. Mm-hmm. And Robert Pattinson. Okay, Robert Pattinson can't do a Ben Affleck and be like, I'm too big for this. I don't have to do it if y'all not gonna do it the way I want to do it. He ain't gonna walk out the door. Robert Pattinson's gonna be like, hey, Twilight was a long time ago, so if y'all just cut me a check, I'm gonna be in that bat suit. So I totally get it. And then other person I heard that was in the running was the guy who played Beast in the
Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult was in the running. I would have preferred him.
Now, if you're talking about a prequel, Batman Year One, I'm with you on it. I am with you on it. But if this is any kind of tie to the DCU, I would probably go with Pattinson.
Okay.
For right now.
So now, I'm on board with saying, because everybody else was in up rage, and I was like, look, y'all didn't like Michael Keaton.
Nailed it.
Yeah, exactly. So
you didn't like Heath Ledger. Nailed it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you gotta give it a chance.
But then they come back and it was like, did you see that last Joker?
Got nailed. Actually, got nailed on that one.
All right, so I'm willing to give him a chance. Twilight was a long time ago. He's a better actor by now with more experience under his belt.
And that's the point I was gonna make.
And everybody was like, "Oh, he's so pale." I was like, "He played a vampire in the film," and I was like, "His skin does not look like that."
And that was the point I was going with, because a lot of people, and there was actually a follower that was with us on Twitter, and he made a damn good point. And the point was, this is Robert Pattinson playing Batman, not Edward Cullen playing Batman.
Yeah.
So
that was the character that he played.
Yeah, that's the character that he played. But when you look at the movies that he's done since, working with the actors that he's worked with, directors that he's worked with, I think the Water for Elephants he did with Reese or somebody, and then after that he's done a lot of independents. So I'm pretty sure that he's worked on the craft. I'm pretty sure that he's gotten a hell of a lot better as an actor.
And he's ready to make some real superhero money. And that's going to bring the best out of him, however. And if not, we'll get what's her name back from the Twilight series.
No. Because there's a lot of there's like a fan thing out there that wants.
We bring her back as Catwoman.
They want Kirsten Stewart as Catwoman, and like Catwoman actually does close her mouth. So that's anyway. But I think Robert Pattinson deserves a chance. I think that he's he's gotten a lot better, and every single we actually had a conversation about this earlier. and that was that every single version of Batman has followed pretty much some iteration of Batman in the comics.
Right.
Whether it was Adam West in the campiness, Tim Burton in the kind of comic-y, cartoonish type of a version of Batman, to Christian Bale that actually took it to a different level.
More realistic, more real world. Yeah.
Real world and all that. So in this particular case, you look at Pattinson and how he looks and how he is, especially now that he's gotten older. He's got a certain jawline that kind of resembles Batman in anime.
Okay.
When you look at Batman Ninja, I mean, he looks kind of like that.
Okay.
You know?
I'm waiting for the fan art to come out with Robert Pattinson.
Well,
in it.
it's out there already.
Okay.
And there is some fan art that does resemble a lot of the anime version of Batman. There's also some that resemble a lot of the Arkham series, which in my opinion is the best looking Batman ever. So, so I think that you got to give it a chance. If there's actually video out there of him on a Kimmel or some talk show where he's actually just doing the Batman voice. So check it out. It's pretty interesting.
By the way, for people who hate the Batman voice and talk about like how it was stupid that Christian Bale did this voice, why does everybody do the Batman voice now?
Well, I think that Michael Keaton did have some.
He did a whispery voice, but the
between Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I mean, he did like more of a I'm Batman. You know, Christian Bale. Yeah, he did all the he was like. Swear to me. Swear to me. Yeah, so he did all he had marbles in his mouth. Whatever it's like. So, but everybody does that voice now, and they give him crap about that. Right. But yet everybody does the voice. So. Can we not do the voice?
Now, it is not completely confirmed. DC or Warner Brothers has not completely confirmed that freaking Robert Pattinson is the new Batman.
Nicholas Hoult.
But you got Nicholas Hoult. You have Armie Hammer.
Armie Hammer would make me so happy.
And you have Kick-Ass and Quicksilver actor Aaron Taylor Johnson.
No.
That is a possible too. I'd prefer him in a villain role, to be honest with you. Maybe a Two-Face role, but not in as Batman. Josh Gad, who is rumored right now to play the Penguin, and we actually talked about that a while ago.
I heard that they may be doing more of a Batman Returns style for this film.
And that's exactly what I was going with. He actually tweeted out, and he retweeted the Robert Pattinson tweet regarding him as the new Batman. He goes, I can take him.
Oh, because did you watch Twilight? I could take him.
That's a small tease as far as an indication of whether or not Josh Gad is going to be the Penguin. But then you follow up with what Terrence just said, and that is that Catwoman might also be involved. And yeah, they're pretty much remaking Batman Returns.
Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that.
Too. It's one of the better.
Though it does give me a question. Is I originally thought that this was going to be an origin. Year one. I thought this was going to be more of that, but if we're going to do Batman Returns, that's not even year one in Michael Keaton's Batman series. So it's like, so it's like he's well established as Batman, and that's probably just him not wanting to do another origin film. But if do year one. That makes more sense.
I think it makes more sense too. I think that's the route to go, especially Pattinson right now is, if he does get it, is the youngest actor to portray Batman at 32 years old, I think.
How old was Val Kilmer when he did it?
Oh my gosh, probably in his late 30s, maybe.
Wow, okay.
I thought he was Top Gun. That was after
I thought he was still pretty young then.
He wasn't 40 yet.
Yeah,
he was still 30, but regardless, so that is the rumor. Who Catwoman? Yeah, like I said before, everybody wants Kristen Stewart to do it. No, please do not let her.
Because then you unsexified my Catwoman. Don't do that.
Give me Blake Lively.
Oh, I will go watch that film right now.
Give me Blake Lively.
I don't care who you have.
Darker hair though.
I don't care who you have as Batman at that point. Who's the girl that played the Baroness in the G.I. Joe movie?
Oh, Sienna Miller.
Oh God, please.
Sienna Miller, that'd be a good pick too. But maybe. Okay, so in further casting news, now this is all casting right here. This is just a rumor flat out, and I wanted to get your opinion on this. Henry Cavill as Wolverine.
I buy it.
Drops the cape, picks up the claws. What do you got?
I buy it. He's already put on the size for it. We don't have to worry about somebody's got to bulk up to follow Hugh Jackman. I would see it. It would take a legit. He'd have to. He's a hairy guy anyway, so he could grow out the beard really easy. I can see him growing out his hair and do.
I know he can grow a mustache.
I'm not that. He's still once again too tall.
To be Wolverine?
To be Wolverine. Wolverine's supposed to be basically midget size. I mean, like 5 foot nothing. So
Danny DeVito was
that's why I really wanted. That's why I really wanted Tom Hardy to do this. Not to say Tom Hardy
he's
short.
Venom, so
Yeah, no, and it sucks. Why did that movie have to do so well? But I wouldn't hate it. I mean, if that's the route that they went, I'd enjoy it, and I would like to see what he would do with the film.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I can see him as a mean guy, though. That's my only thing. So he's never been a mean guy. Even when he played a villain in Mission Impossible, did I really think of him as a mean guy? No.
Now you talk about hype, and another tall
Maybe
actor
make him Sabretooth.
who's really has proven himself as an action star most recently with John Wick, and that is Keanu Reeves is still interested in playing Wolverine.
No.
There's fan art on
No.
It doesn't look bad.
No.
Would you rather have
No.
Would you rather have Daniel Radcliffe? Because that's another one. Harry Potter himself.
Can he bulk up?
Maybe, I don't know.
I wouldn't hate that.
I've seen fan art. It don't look bad.
I wouldn't hate that.
I think it would be more accepting than Robert Pattinson as freaking Batman.
I would not hate that because I've seen him in other films, like he did the one with the horns and stuff like that.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, and it's like I've seen
horns. You need to check that out.
It showed me that there's another side to him than Harry Potter, so I would not hate it. I wouldn't hate it, and then all the people who are big Wolverine fans could stop talking about how tall these people playing Wolverine are.
9 years later. No. All right, so speaking of Batman, you know what? The Arrowverse in the CW is really popular right now. When you have the series like Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow and The Flash, and you got Supergirl, you have all these movies, and these crossover events are really hyped up, and a lot of geeks out there really get into this freaking whole universe.
Right.
So one of the anticipated characters that they really wanted to bring out, besides Batman from Gotham, but it's not going to happen, is Batwoman. And there was a lot of ifs, and controversies regarding having Ruby Rose play Batwoman.
I thought that was a lock thing.
So that is a lock. That's already happened. The show's already filmed. It's already, in production.
So they're going to do Batwoman before they do Batman. And by the way, I thought I saw an actual outfit for what Gotham was doing for Batman. I thought they had released that.
Yes, they did. And it was actually pretty badass, actually. I like the whole ending to Gotham series finale. It was pretty sweet. Well, the CW released the Batwoman trailer, and it has 170,000 dislikes. 5,000 likes.
Part of that has to do with Ruby Rose.
Part of that is Ruby Rose. A majority of it is dialogue and acting.
So this is the Adriana Palicki Wonder Woman. You never saw it on YouTube?
I heard about it. I did not watch it. I heard it was. I
love her. I love her as an actress
as
and as
Scarlet and G.I. Joe.
But that because it was a
Lady
pilot.
Jane,
was she Lady Jane?
I think she was Lady Jane.
She wasn't CoverGirl? Who cares?
Who cares? Anyway.
So, or even on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when she was the baton chick. So, because I forget names all the time. Yeah.
He called me Art.
Anyway. So, but it was rough, and I know that she's a better actress than that. And it's just that sometimes it doesn't work.
Okay, so let's go with that. All right, so...
And I think she's a great Wonder Woman, but it just didn't work in that pilot they gave her. And maybe this Ruby Rose thing is not working in this pilot.
So you got this criticism on the dialogue and on the acting. Mm-hmm. The writing and directing could be a part of this also.
By the way, whoever said Ruby Rose was a good actress?
She is not. She looks amazing.
She looks amazing. It's like, nobody ever said... Have you ever seen Ruby Rose in a movie when she was in XXX? She said, what, like 4 or 5 lines?
The same for the Meg.
When she was in John Wick, she was, by the way, she was a mute. She was a mute in John Wick because they didn't want her to do any lines.
Damn, that's hardcore. Anyway, so it's being bashed real hardcore, right? So a lot of people are thinking that it's more conservatives and anti-gay individuals.
I think that's
that
what
might be behind the backlash, as this whole thing and the whole synopsis and statement about the whole show does not hold back. As a synopsis, it describes Kate Kane,
because she's gay,
as an out lesbian and highly trained street fighter.
Right.
So
to cast Ruby Rose in this role was a good choice by them. She just can't act. It's like getting Ronda Rousey to be starring something. But
I'll get to that later.
But
don't get me started on that.
But I mean, if they're gonna be upset that Batwoman is gay, then they need to read the comic books because Batwoman's been gay.
Has it?
Yes.
The whole time?
Whole time.
I didn't.
You're thinking about Batgirl.
Oh, so Batgirl's not gay.
Yeah, Batgirl's not gay because she was banging Batman. Remember? Did you see the anime?
Wait, it was that bad? It was that bad that she became gay Batwoman.
By the way, Batwoman is not grown-up Batgirl. Batwoman and Batgirl are two separate people.
Okay, so it's not Batgirl that bangs Batman, and it's Robert Pattinson, and he made her gay. All right, got it. Anyway, so
yeah, but they're two separate characters. Batgirl's still Batgirl. Batwoman is Batwoman.
well, I'm all for diversity. I mean, that's a lock. I'm all for diversity. I think that these kind of characters are really important to society, especially the ones out there that are having trouble to come out and to be who they are, and they see these kind of role models to actually look up to and say, hey, you know what? I can be a superhero. Figuratively. So I think the statement is important, but the overall substance of the character and the show itself, you got to have good writing, you got to have good dialogue, and you sure as hell have to have good delivery. And right now, it's not happening. So
Adrian Palicki as Wonder Woman. That's all I gotta say. I love her in a costume.
What do you think they got to do?
Probably start over. I mean, put the pilot out. I mean, put the pilot out. Let's see how we like it. I mean, because right now only execs have seen it. So put the pilot out. Let the masses say yay or nay, and if it doesn't work out,
what's funny is that you look at Ruby Rose in the trailer. She's so damn beautiful, but she looks like she should be Terry McGinnis from Batman Beyond. Seriously, you look at her, she looks like Terry McGinnis.
Because you're not that familiar with.
And who needs to be? Who says Terry has to be with a Y? It could be with an I. Terry McGinnis.
It's a clone of Batman, sir.
Well, there you go.
Terry McGinnis is a clone of Batman.
Well, whatever. Tell us what you think about Batwoman. Does it deserve all the flack in the beginning?
Is he the Bat clone?
Bat who?
That was like because everything's branded Bat this, Bat that, and so Terry McGinnis is the Bat clone.
And he's actually Taylor Lautner. Wants to forget it.
Oh.
All right.
I'm out of drink now.
You're out of drink. All right. Well, you know who's not out of drink, and that's Lionsgate. Lionsgate and Twisted Pictures are just rich and drinking it up because one successful franchise.
Amazing transition.
Saw franchise has actually ruled October pretty much since 2003, 2004, around there maybe. And it has not stopped. It taken a brief little break, came back a
I know
long
where
ago,
we're going.
and it was not, it was not as popular, or it was not received as well as the other Saw entries.
Right.
So now they're bringing in some new blood, and the new blood is coming in the shape of comedian Chris Rock.
I'm glad Chris Rock is be able to get behind some things and do some producing, and I'm because I felt like Adam Sandler was at Happy Madison Films, was behind almost everything that he did in films. So I'm glad that he's I'm glad that when it wasn't done by Paramount. When it wasn't done by a bigger distribution company or studio or something like that, I'm glad that he's taking the initiative, or at least now doing something on his own. I don't know if it should be Saw, but I'm glad that he decided to jump out of the comedy genre and it's like, hey, he could have started with drama. It's not like he hasn't done drama before. So, but I mean, it's good, and he picked a particular franchise that is known to make money.
Correct.
Yes.
And right now, that is actually one of the highest grossing franchises for Lionsgate.
Right.
Really in history, period, as far as horror franchises. It's one of the top grossing horror franchises of all time. So it's easy how somebody can be drawn to that. Right now, Lionsgate and Twisted Pictures have scheduled the new Saw films to be released October 23rd of next year, 2020.
Okay.
So
get that week right before Halloween to get all that Halloween money.
Now, this is not. This is more. It's not a sequel, reboot. This is more of a reimagining of Jigsaw. I'm pretty sure that it is in the same universe. I don't think that they should, really get away from that. But it is a complete reimagining. I'm curious to see what he's going to put. Is there going to be a more urban element to the franchise?
More urban than what it already was?
I'm talking about urban.
Oh, like black people?
More black.
It's actors. Black Saw.
Black Saw.
It's blah. It's slack.
They kill you with an Afro pick.
Oh, it's Tales from the Hood. There you go. We'll call it Tales from the Hood.
Yeah. So is it going to be more urban? Is it going to be more humor? or is the violence and the kill scenes going to be taken to a whole other freaking level? I mean,
I can't imagine a more level than Saw already did.
What do you expect? Well, you got. Never mind.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
What?
You got totally effing disgusting. That's all that's left.
What do you think the difference, or better yet, what do you think that Chris Rock is going to bring to this franchise to make it or take it to another level?
Money.
No, I'm talking about as far as the content itself.
To be honest,
More blood, more suspense.
I don't think he's going into it in that aspect. Maybe a little bit more, like bring more of a comedic element, because Saw really didn't have any comedy to it. It was shock horror, gore, and stuff like that. Kind of like the
Final Destination.
yeah. I mean, they were all in the same genre. Basically, you could have started a new genre. It had been Saw and Final Destination and all the Japanese shock horror films that they did. Okay. That's basically what it was at the time. It's not even slasher. It's just like, how can we like completely free or Hostel? It's like something that can completely like gross you out and like shock you. Yeah.
Green Inferno. Eli
So
Roth,
maybe he makes it more of the 90s and 80s style horror films where there was some comedic elements to it. You had a funny character or something like that. Maybe they'll help grow. I don't think he's writing any scripts. I don't think he's reviewing them. I think what he's doing is like, hey, this is a franchise I know can make money, and I can get the backing from other studios because I'm Chris Rock.
Well, I think he is the backing.
Okay.
And,
he's gonna fund it. I mean, by the way, these movies cost like $1.50 to make.
He's executive producing, and I think, and you hit the nail right on the head with that. A lot of these films are really low budget, and they just make a hell of a lot more money.
That's why Ghost House is killing it.
Yeah. Bloomhouse.
Bloomhouse. Ghost House. Isn't that like their division or something? Oh, that's a different one. Okay.
That's Raimi.
Oh yeah, so that's why Bloomhouse is killing it.
Yeah.
So
I think that in that aspect that it's going to be real easy for them to make money off the name itself, but he might bring bigger names.
Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler will be your new Jigsaw in this film. Rob Schneider will be your new Jigsaw.
Chris Rock, I was like, I did Grown-Ups for you. You can do Saw for me.
Paul Blart Mall Cop will be your new Jigsaw.
So I don't think he's gonna bring comedy to it in a sense where it's gonna be funnier. I think he might bring comedy people more to it to get hacked up. But it might be a little bit more practical effects, like what you're talking about as far as 80s and 90s. It might be a little bit more practical. It might be a little bit more to where they're using the props and everything to really look like Savini-esque when you're looking at scenes like Maniac.
I want to give him a lot of credit, but I mean, I don't see Chris Rock doing that much.
But Danny McBride, who we praise because we love to death. Mm-hmm. But Danny McBride went from being pretty much part of that whole frat pack with Seth Rogen and all those guys to writing Halloween. Okay. And he did an exceptional job in that. So I'm gonna actually he did moderate work on fucking Covenant, and I know you don't like it, but he did great. So I gotta give it a chance.
If they had said Chris Rock was writing the next Saw, I'd be like, I want to see what he's gonna bring to this film. Right now, as executive producer, do you think Mark Wahlberg writes any scripts for all the stuff that he executive produces?
I think that
no.
He does not. I don't think that he does the writing or anything like that, but I think he does have input on certain parts because what he does for Ballers and freaking Entourage. Yeah. It was freaking amazing.
Yeah, he brought money. So he's like, I'm the guy who does his job. Who are you?
You must be the other guy. So anyway, what do you think as far as Chris Rock's involvement in the Saw franchise? Yeah, this is actually not this is not the only high-profile celebrity to actually dip their foot into horror currently right now. Despite the legal issues going on with Friday the 13th, LeBron James really wants to be part of the Friday the 13th franchise and bringing Jason back. So that's going to be pretty interesting when that does.
Another person was like, "How can I make some money?"
But
all I hear in my head is Chris Rock.
I'll take the Laker job. As long as I get to do Friday the 13th.
Yeah, exactly. All I can hear is Chris Rock in my head, and it was like, ooh, how many killings you want to do in this film? Ooh, maybe we can cut that back. We can do it like one killing. One kill. How much is one kill?
Or how about you just poke him with a toothpick in the eyeball or something?
That's all I can hear in my head is him doing that. It's like, I just think he's a money guy right now, but kudos for him for getting on board on something.
Well, I had little Penny on the tricycle saying, Tyra, bitch, you left your toothbrush at my house. You want to play a game?
That
Tell us
would
what you think
That
about
would be amazing. If they put Lil Penny as the new little Saw puppet.
Tell us what you think about that. That's pretty interesting. Terrence, take us home.
All right. I mean, look. Are you guys Chris Rock fans? Don't you hear that in your voice? Don't you hear that voice in your head? But anyway. But anyway, it's like we said before. It's like we don't do this show that often. We're gonna try to get better with that. And bring it to you more often, so that way you do know about all the different news events that are going on in movies and cinema and pop culture and all that good stuff. But if it was the first time you're on the channel, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Please talk about this Chris Rock thing, and click the notification bell so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do on the channel. Now, depending on when this airs, because I'm very slow lately, we're going to Celebrity Fan Fest here in San Antonio. So if you live here in San Antonio and you're able to go, please come by. We have our own booth. Come by, say hello, shake hands. Maybe one day our autograph will be worth something.
That will be June 14th through the 16th, and we will be at the expo, I believe it is, at the AT&T Center.
Yeah.
For Celebrity Fan Fest. We have some interviews going on. We got some. We're actually going to finally finish our Decades Kumite at the Celebrity Fan Fest. So if you want to be part of that show, please feel free to come by and say what's up.
There you go.
In the meantime, hit me up on Twitter, hit him up on Facebook, and let's talk some BS.
All right, don't be creepy.
All right, cool. So for Aspen and Art, wherever the hell they're at, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence. Big kid.
And that was the goods.
Just saying is that, some pudding pops might make this a little better.
So, it's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks.